What's up, guys? Back in today with more. You and I are polar opposites. This time with season 2, episode 2. Was a good episode last week. Honestly, we didn't see too much of that. The couples are really like the Tanny and um, fucking hell, Christmas Day. But yeah, I like the Tyra stuff last week as well. I thought that was really awesome with the scene with the grey haired girl. And a chicken and a cake. Really? Oh, he's so relatable. This guy, like, so relatable for me. I also went through a bit of a, like, nothing like that, but um I used to have a moustache in year 7, which was about like 12, 13 years old. So obviously it was quite weird then. And that was like the first thing you know about me. I used to get called Mexican quite a lot, and I never liked it. Like, I never hated it, but it was sort of teasing and stuff like that. And I wasn't a fan of it. And I shaved it off one day, and it was kind of like this. And then it's like, oh, everybody is treating me differently. I'm starting to get more popular and such. And yeah, quite but I was still a quite shy kind of guy, so it's like honestly very relatable to what we saw just there. Not so much in that kind of style. I wasn't ever that bad or anything, but I again it really used to annoy me with people like, yeah, call me stuff like that and so on. But interesting. I'm also very too much so. I know it's a massive fault of mine. Very socially aware like this as well. That, oh, the person I like or the person that knows me is back there listening. So I don't want to make a fool of myself or say anything that would compromise. Like, where you there's lots of like extroverted people that just wouldn't give a fuck and would just talk normally like as themselves. So I would also be extremely aware of this. Again, this guy, I think a lot of people find this guy very relatable. I very much so. Very much so. He's kind of in that Yoshikage Kira bracket for me. Who's one of my favorite ever characters. Who's also extremely relatable for me, except for the obvious, of course. What was that reaction? That isn't going very well, is it? You just left. What the fuck? Again, very relatable. I have come to a bit more of an understanding as an adult though of even if they are to just try and ignore it. But I've also am aware that they're probably not laughing at you as much as it maybe feels like people are, and like as self conscious as you are, the more self conscious you are, the more you think people are laughing at you. Whereas again, they might just be joking around with their friends. And as I said, as an adult, I've kind of come to understand slash ignore that more, I guess. But that was really good looking Zatara right there. Again, it's extremely relatable. Extremely. I remember I went on a date with this girl once as well. Sorry to keep pausing. I'll stop pausing. But again, there's just so much here. Yeah, I remember going on a date with this girl. I've said before that I always end up getting on much better with extroverted girls. Always. I've only ever really been on a couple of dates with more introverted girls that are like me. And again, I remember this one where I went to meet her, and she was extremely shy and quiet, just like me, and it was just and I just knew instantly that she didn't like me. Because of how I was. I mean, I knew it was nothing to do with like my, maybe it was, but my looks or anything. But I just I just knew instantly that this is very awkward, and I can already tell we don't get along like awfully well. Pretty similar to that situation obviously we saw here. It wasn't quite as what's the word for it? Obvious as that, but again, this guy is just like everything we've seen from him. I can kind of relate back to a situation I've gone through in part of. I fucked up the timer there. Apologies. Like everything, the kind of looks change, the how he is as a person. Yeah. He slowly becoming one of my favourite characters in the show. He is. I say slowly, but it's not that slowly. Are you even a Santa costume at that point? I just came to see Tack. Chicken. The purchase. So he did buy it. He's just putting it, saying it like he didn't. Again, really awesome start to this episode. Very awesome. I'd say one of the differences between me and Tyra is I never really. I mean, I don't think this is much of a thing. Don't take this wrong way or anything, but I was never really a fan of the girls that would like date a lot of boys or had lots of boyfriends or anything. I'd always actually try and avoid those girls, honestly. So I might initially not have been quite as warm to the grey haired girl as he is. But that's also something I do kind of relate to in regards to kind of warming up to a bit more of a kind of open person like that, where you think you wouldn't get along with that well. But as I said, it's kind of like opposites attract type of thing, as the name of the show suggests. That is a really nice opening. That is a very good follow up to the first season opening. Especially because there hasn't been that many great openings this season. But to be fair, the last couple of seasons there hasn't been that many great openings, I will say. Oh, it's a cake, not chicken. Okay. You asked me. Uh, that's a bad thing. I agree with that. I don't think we've seen too much of this girl, have we? Like she's around, but I haven't delved into this girl much at all, have we? I don't think. I know you want to. But honestly, the tone of this girl doesn't seem too dissimilar to Tyra. So I kind of mentioned this earlier, but I imagine maybe Tyra doesn't get along amazingly with this girl because she's similar to him. But probably not in terms of how she is, but like, yeah, of course. I'm not sure she really cares too much about. Oh, I was about to say I'm not sure she'd care too much about this, but fucking hell, I'm in an overdrive. Good boy. Ah, that's nice. I know that's what you do. No. Ah, okay. Well, there. So I haven't actually seen much of them before they were dating. I hate those type of filters the girls put on. Do you know what the worst one is? You see it so much here in the UK for some reason. There's one that has cute. It says cute, 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 cute. Sorry to be rude, but I feel like the girls never cute when they use that filter. It has cute written all over their face. Absolutely, absolutely. That's the thing. Like, I'm really not a big fan of people like taking videos and recording like the whole like music event or like a live event or anything like that. But I kind of understand. I feel like a lot of the time nowadays, unfortunately, people want to show off more than share what they love. But yeah, oh yeah, I was about to say. I mean, sometimes I remember not too long ago, a couple months ago, I think it was raining like a few meters away from mine, but at my house it wasn't raining. That was really weird. But she's also a girl we haven't actually delved into that much. Blonde girl. Yeah, okay. That's nice of you to say. Simple guy. He is. He is in a great, good way. Again, I kind of, as a more Tyra like person, I wish I could be more simple. No, I think the approach is working well, honestly, and it suits the person he likes. Let's dance. Oh dear, bless you. Driving simply as well. It is going very well. Ah, bro. Do a little. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard. She walking like that. It's like a pair of dogs. Bloody hell. It was so cute out there. I mean, I said this before. I never studied a day in my life at home. I used to do homework every now and then, but even homework, a lot of the teachers would just realise that I wouldn't do it. So yeah, it's one of those things where if I learned it initially and I knew it, I'd learn it straight away from class. There'd be no need to study. If I didn't, I'd probably never understand it. Oh wow, you're too exemplary. I did want to invite you out just for him to study though. Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say earlier, this is a lot of old people about. So that's what you noticed earlier. You're both cute. You're both really cute. I love these two. So I didn't notice that was her bangs that were cut. A lot of internal thinking. See, this is the thing you get hung up on. You hung up on doing like in the perfect way. You end up like, oh, Make, nice. Um, yeah, I've been there. Like you want to have the perfect setting, and when I look back, there's a girl I liked that I probably should have just said, but I was always waiting for like a perfect opportunity, and I never ended up coming about. So you end up missing out on opportunities and stuff by trying to look for that. It's not going to happen here because we know they really like each other. But yeah, Gambale. But yeah, really cute. Hell of an episode. This was. Love the look into Tyra. Love seeing these two. These two are fucking awesome. Not too much Tani and Suzuki, but nice seeing them kind of think about each other away from each other. Love this ending as song as well, by the way. This ending is absolutely brilliant, isn't it? But yeah, again, another great episode. I'm very glad the season has carried on right where we left off in terms of quality. Yeah, I didn't notice that was her bangs that cut. That's good. I imagine. To be fair, I used to have a bit of an emo cut. I used to. I've always had really curly hair, but I used to straighten my hair and have a bit of a like Gerard way kind of uh, comb over, I guess. Long, like yeah. And I used to be really bad at eye contact. I feel like I'm pretty intense with eye contact nowadays. It's really funny. I used to hate it. I used to think it was really awkward staring people in the eyes too long. I used to be really awkward with that, but I almost feel like I'm a bit too intense with that nowadays. With that, I kind of got over that, but I got over that to like too much of a degree now that I know that I kind of can affect people. Like, not that I'm trying to intimidate them, but that yeah, I kind of overstepped that barrier too much, perhaps. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really good episode yet again. Again, love to look into Tara. Just such every instance of this character is just so relatable to me. Like I've been in his shoes time and time again. Like almost everything that they've shown us from him. Bless him. Um, to be fair, I never used to be like a chubby kid or anything like that, so I never had like that much of a looks change. But again, that kind of shaving that I spoke about was seemed, I don't know if it was like an internal confidence thing, but it made a big difference to me, and the way people viewed me. So yeah, just so much relatable here. Love the guys kind of getting together, seeing Tyra here, and having some fun scenes at the which we didn't see too much of by the like arcade and such. So I think again that section was much more about showing that Tani and Suzuki kind of like wanted to share their enjoyment with each other, which is really nice. Really positive spin on the whole again, like phone thing. Where I say I'm not really a big fan of like being on your phone 24/7, taking photos and videos of these events, just like live in the moment. But I get that you kind of want to share that with people as well. As I said, I kind of feel like nowadays social media it's much more about showing off than sharing your love. But it's nice to see that kind of pure essence here. But yeah, great stuff. Love this ending segment as well. Love seeing anything to do with these two. So really awesome, and it is kind of surprising from Yamada's perspective because, as I said, like I'm very a very different type of guy than him, but I've totally been there in like terms of wanting to make it like a perfect kind of situation to like yeah. Just really adorable as usual. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode though down in the comment section. Loving this show. Honestly, this might end up being one of my favorite romance anime ever. After this is said and done, I mean, I kind of felt that might be the case just one or two episodes into the first season. So, yeah, super excited to see what we've got next week. Again, leave a like on the video if you guys would like. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. Hopefully by next week, I have got a new microphone that I've got in the back here. I just haven't got a stand for it yet, so it's literally just like a loose microphone. I'm not going to hold it the whole time. I kind of hope to get it sorted out today, to be honest with you, because I'm going to be quite busy over the next few days, so I'm not sure when I'm going to get a chance to test out these settings. But I'll make do with the mic I've got today. But yeah, hopefully by next week I'll have a bit of a high quality audio for you guys to enjoy. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a good rest of your day.